So recently, on my little path, I was asked for what I would consider wealth would be that would be given to me, and to write down the things that I thought the things that would be wealth. Which is, the short answer usually seems to be pretty simple, but it's usually not what he seems to offer and in the way that he seems to offer it. So now, of course, I'm referring to a man of many names. Big guy, God, Creator, the Source. One I most recently heard was Most High, which all I do is imagine God wearing sunglasses and smoking a doobie. But my personal favorite, I would say, would be Kelkuku. So, Maha Kelkuku. So, on my hardest day, the day I prayed for death, the day that I suffered and watched a tulip. Now, I don't know if I already told this story yet. Maybe I'm doubling my stories up. I'll have to see. But every second, I'm still split open. I'm in traction. Every second that goes by feels like a million seconds. And all that I have to do is, nothing. I have nothing I can do. And I see the tulip blooming outside my window that day. And so for my entire day, I focus my attention on that tulip and the path of that tulip. And the plight of the tulip is he's fighting with the wind, and he's just wanting to bloom for his day and be so beautiful and shine so majestically. And then to the point where he closed up his petals for the night and experienced the cold of the night and carried on his plight and his journey and his experience in this plane. And I lived with him for every second that day. And it was truly a blessed event and a blessed distraction for me. And now most recently, as I was going through this emotional time, it seemed, which is rare for me because usually I had an emotional buzzer when anything came to emotions, and I never understood the pain of emotions versus especially because my path was pain of breaking stuff, and but most recently I've understood the pain of emotions and the parallels of the two. And I have a lot of empathy now for the pain and emotions. So I lived a day, and on that next day, I relived that day again, I guess. But on the day that I relived it through the emotions that I felt that day, which, I didn't really experience on the day because I was, in a lot of pain. But this time I didn't have the pain. I just got to experience emotions. And, I haven't cried many times in my life. It's something that's, I don't know, I'm just never really done much of. But, and if I do, it's maybe one teardrop out of one eye, and that seems to be the extent of it. But man, that day, I had tears flowing out of both my eyes. My face was sticky and wet, and but it was truly an amazing release. And I realized, since I've thought of that tulip so many times in my life since, whenever time got difficult, I realized the wealth of the gift that I was given of being able to watch that tulip. So I say thank you, Maha Kelkuku. Thank you, God. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Most High.